Hi to everyone, welcome to another audio blog episode update. Today here with me on the Tuesday, July 26th on the Thalassemia and me video blog. So this episode update is about basically a Q&A, answering and questions that a friend of mine actually kind of messaged me on my website under the contact me sections about 2 days ago. In this audio blog I'm going to answer it, as well as a quick update of my what I have been going on this month. Basically, if there's any update I'll talk about. If there's nothing important I won't talk, because I have like viewers on my videos say like your channel is useful but you kind of rant a lot, right? And I don't like that. I can't really able to get through a rant and finish the whole video, so because some of my audio blog could be long, but I did put like a timeline that you can skip to, like let's say 1 minute to let's say the starting to about 7 minutes is update, then after 7 minutes to 40 minutes is another topic. I did put an annotation so you can skip to if you don't want to hear me ranting. There's no excuse, but I do try to keep it short, because the purpose for me to rant is not I want to rant, is that I feel the need to update you guys what is going on, because my objective of thalassemia and me is not just sharing on thalassemia conditions. It's also about what I am going through at my stage, a different stage of life. So I try to keep it short, but I still need to like update you guys because I'm real. I don't want to like hide what is really going on with me. I need to update you on what I'm so that you know, let's like communicate. I treat you guys as friends, so I kind of like feel the need to talk about with you guys, and also as another way of like reducing my bringing out any emotional like reduce the stress out of me, also as like talking to a friend. So hope you bear with it, hope you like what I'm sharing. If you do not like, then that you can don't listen, or you can skip to the part you wish to know. But just a quick update, it's not a good news. Recently I've just break off with my girlfriend that I know about for 5 weeks. Yeah, it's not a long time, so we really do not know each other really well. The pain there still is. I've been sad like 1 or 2 days, keep thinking about her, but as compared to like a couple or married couple who are together like 6, 7 or 20, 30 years, is really nothing. So I couldn't like really cry over the issue. I have to get over it and continue with what I'm doing. But my girlfriend is if you friended me on my Facebook under the chun this account, the profile, you probably didn't know how she looks like, because like a few weeks ago I upload a new profile picture with her. That's my girlfriend that just left me. So we are together for like 5 weeks. We went for out like dating about 4 or 5 times only. The reason for us breaking is she mentioned it's her own reason, and also her job currently is on the contract, so it feel unfair to me that it couldn't like go out dating as often as most couple, or at least we should. So because it's like she's staying with the company, they have a place like a resort or hostel for her to stay, but you need to tidy up the office, everything that the pay is included in her salary. Part of a job is to like clean the office, so we probably live in our office, the place where the company provide her. You need to help to tidy up the company basically, and also she couldn't really go out much often, so we decided to break out. That's the reason she gave me. It says my fault. This is own fault. So I read this after like 1 or 2 days of discussion. We finally decide to break off. So yeah, it's a 2 or 3 days pain, but luckily we do not know each another long enough to be upset for long. But it's still at least I learn from learn from each breakup. At least hopefully could find a partner in the future. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. At least just carry on with life though. Sometimes fate come, it is yours. If it doesn't, then you can't really force it. That's what I would do. Just up you guys. Before I answer the Q&A about this friend, should be a female, should be a like Malay or female, I guess, at least a female name. So he was saying, "Hey Chun Hui, I really want to know your experience when doctor has declared your disease. Would you share your feeling, your daily life in the beginning to survive? Because I'm just reading in the web without having a real story. Would you share it?" So this friend could be just maybe Google, or you just find out on my website. So you do not only recently, he or she, I do not know, the name sounds like could be recently following me. So you might not know I doing like video blog on my Thalassemia Me YouTube channel, which I'm posting this audio blog on. That like couple of months ago I recorded an audio blog like this, talking about when I was born to now, basically my journey of thalassemia to when I was first diagnosed to when till now, basically when how I feel, what I gone through, and how my family gone through till now. That's more which I talk about in more details, because that's like 30-40 minutes audio blog. In this podcast, just gonna basically answer the question that she wanted to know. So if she's listening to this, you can listen back to that audio blog. It's called I think something about my life with thalassemia from birth to now, things like that. You can look back. It's like couple of months only, like maybe 2-3 months ago, things like that. You can just look back and they shall talk about more in details. But you want to know my experience when the doctor has declared my disease. So for those friends who follow me long enough, you probably already know that I was diagnosed at the age of 3 and only start blood transfusion at the age of 7. So at the age of 3, you was asking me like what's my experience of when the doctor has declared my disease. So I don't remember anything at the age of 3 when I was first diagnosed. I think you are the same. You don't remember what happened during your 3 years old. You might still remember some terrifying incident at the age of 3. That's something that really shocked you at that time, but you still remember as you come in your early 20s. But I don't think I remember at that time. But my parents of course do. They have to gone through that stage. At the age of 3, I think I was once like pale, inactive, no appetite, weak, sleep more, those kind of symptoms, where my mom my family finally decided to take me to the clinic, or take me directly to the hospital. Either way, my mom bring me to a clinic, then the clinic refer my parents to bring me to the doctor, to the hospital, because my mom bring me to a clinic because she might be a clinic assistant. Then the doctor maybe suggests that I should go for some blood tests or so, and also my parents. So they told my parents to bring me to hospital. I do not know the details. I'm 3, and I did not ask my parents about it later in life, because I don't want to upset them, because my condition is already a huge burden to them anyway. But the past is past. I don't want to really really now go and ask my mom what's going on at that time. But of course, when they first realize, get into realistic that I have this thalassemia conditions. Of course, they do not know what's thalassemia at that time. No one knows, because the doctor or nurses did not ask my parents to undergo those necessary blood tests for thalassemia diagnosis, like the pre-birth blood test. My parents at that time did not no one actually asked my parents to undergo it, so my mom do not know. And when my mom find out that I have thalassemia, of course she's like really upset. She's like don't know what to do, because because the doctor might explain to my parents that this is a life-threatening, terminal end stage disease that's lifelong threatening. So my mom, of course, is scared, worried, upset, all the natural emotion like your parents will feel when you have like you can imagine or watch movie, when your family member finally have cancer, what will you feel? Of course, they feel sad, they feel upset, don't know what to do. So they're willing to do anything that the doctor suggests to them as a best option, opinion, or what they should do. So the doctor might tell my mom to go to the hospital or to see a specialist on my blood disorder. So she might recommend my parents to the Thalassemia Medical, which is a like private hospital, which is a totally expensive kind of scam experience that I did talk about last maybe a year or two ago in my video. But basically I have to like stay overnight, not one night but 2 nights. I have to be like meet on Friday, then discharge on the Sunday itself, like at the middle of the night on Friday. Then they give me the first packet of my blood, then they rest the whole day until like Saturday night, then they give you another pack. Then Sunday I was discharged, things like that. For 2 packets of blood, have to stay 2 nights there. Then it's like really costly, because it's a private hospital, and they provide like they have good service, of course. They provide many meals throughout the day. They ask you what you want to eat. There's like restaurants, things like that. But that period, I think like 2 or 3 years is about 2 or 3 years is really a huge burden for my family, especially my mom, who needs to like work few job to really support me at that time, and also accompany me all along, take care of me at the hospital. Is really a huge burden for my mom, especially my father too. How was my feelings in your daily life in the beginning to survive? Like I said, at the age of 3, when I first diagnosed, I really don't remember any feeling that I had. But my parents, did told you, gone through that stage. They are really do not know this condition, and they are shocked, they are scared, they are upset, and have to like learn about this condition, and how to give me the best that I need at that time. But on my own experience, I do have like twice, I remember, like I have like terrifying experience when I first having to like I think set plug for blood transfusions once. And the most terrifying is when I was at the age of 9, when I first have to start on desperate infusions. At that time, when the doctor, I think, told my parents that your child, is time for provide him with desperate infusions, because like over several blood transfusions over a period of 1 year plus of regular blood transfusions, your kid iron ferritin level is getting high. It's time to start him on desperate infusions. And then my mom was worried and scared, but they have to listen to the doctor advice and agreed. And one like Friday night I was like admitted for blood transfusions, and during the blood transfusion in the middle of the night, when I remember the atmosphere, the ward lights all dark, and also inside the ward I think maybe about 12 or 1 a.m. like several nurses, including like doctors even, I guess, like hold me my leg and hand. I think I was like struggling and crying where they try to give me my first desperate infusion. A nurse tried to, then I was like struggling, and I think they removed the needle after that. Then my mom told the doctor that temporarily can stop my child from this desperate infusion, because every time they try to give me the desperate infusion I was like struggling and crying. So I think the doctor agreed, but they might told my parents to have to observe my iron level, because like we still have to give your child the desperate infusion because it's for his own good, because his iron level is increasing, is iron loading. You can't just give blood transfusion and do not have iron chelation, so it might cause him more harm in the long run, and my mom have agreed. I did not have desperate infusion after that for like several months or a year, until like at the age of 10, 9 plus 10, when I moved to another hospital. The time was like government hospital, so it's not it's like subsidized hospital. It's not like the private hospital, which is costly. And my mom know like nurse, experienced nurse, which is another like tel major mom. So she, I think, invite my mom to his house so she could like demonstrate to my mom what's the proper way of giving desperate infusion. And my mom like brought me to her house and kind of like demonstrate to my mom, and the needle is already inserted when she showed my mom, but I thought the needle is about to go in. So desperate infusion can be so painless if you know how to give and do it the right way. And from there onwards my mom learned, and my mom started to give me desperate infusion every night, like 3 to 4 nights a week at that time. And later in life I started to learn about 17 and 18. I started giving myself desperate infusions. So that's my most terrifying experience that I have. My mom too, of course, they have to deal with my condition. My parents really have to deal a lot at that time. So I think I'm going to end this audio blog here. Hopefully that explain some of the questions that this friend of mine had asked me. Of course, it's not like a full details of it. It's basically what I roughly talk about the question that she asked me, because when we talk about that could be hours and even days to answer the exact of the whole story when I was first diagnosed to now. So it's like many years of story, but hopefully that answers some of the question and a little update for you. Thanks for listening. I hope everyone enjoy yourself, and all the best.